Tonight's hometown heroes are being recognized for academic achievement.
Harrisburg High holding its graduation ceremony yesterday. Among the graduates, the salutatorian heading to Georgetown University on a full scholarship, and a single mom who will continue her education at Misericordia College. They both had inspiring messages for future grads.
Find yourself and don't be afraid to explore yourself. And then once you truly do that, go for your dreams and just work hard. Even if life is hard, things will go the way that they need to if you really try.
Having a child isn't the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It means that you have so much more to fight and go for, and so much more to get things done for, because you want your child to understand what quality of life is as well.
We congratulate all graduating seniors across the state.
Fights of this magnitude are rare, but Harrisburg School District officials say students are dealing with different types of trauma far more often than kids in suburban schools, and they're taking steps to train teachers to handle it.
That means that the teacher will have intensive training on how the brain operates when it's under trauma, and then how can they help de-escalate that with various strategies.
They say social media is playing a bigger role than ever, with many fights starting on Facebook and gangs associated not with colors or symbols, but hashtags.
The motive of it isn't bad, but it's just delinquent activities that go on. They're looking for friends, they're looking for, groups to be with, and, all those times it might not be positive.
It's not just students. At one point, parents at tonight's meeting were asked to stand if someone that was close to them was killed before the age of 25. Nearly everyone stood up.
It says something about our community. It says something about our city. Those numbers need to come down drastically, and we need to start now.
In Harrisburg, Justin Betty, News 8.
Collaboration. Harrisburg students and parents slapping on gloves and getting to work. Chris Davis has this new story for you tonight.
Have you ever seen kids lining up?
Here's your gloves. Here's your trash bag.
To help clean?
Be safe, okay?
It's good they have stuff like this.
Sammy D. Childs has a simple mission.
Let's see what we can find.
For himself and his 5-year-old daughter, Sam Marie.
Looking for any trash that we can find. It gets real dirty around this neighborhood,
This neighborhood surrounds Downey Elementary School near Cameron and her streets.
Yeah.
Sammy hopes Sam Marie walks away from today wanting to do more.
And actually to care about the world, you know what I mean? To help clean it up.
37 kids, 29 parents, and 7 teachers all pulling together.
Do you see anything?
Found a crayon.
To pull a little light into their neighborhood.
The goal is to model that for the kids.
Even foliage is no match.
That's a lot of leaves.
6-year-old Jemiah is here with her grandma.
Well, come on.
It's a Saturday, but she's learning.
Have pride in your community. That's the thing. Have pride in your community and yourself.
Yeah, I think it's something real good for these kids,
After less than 2 hours, more than 40 full bags sit on the sidewalk.
Oh, that's a lot of trash.
Y'all must have cleaned a lot, huh?
At least a couple from Sammy and Sam Marie.
It's kind of dead around here, but it's getting better.
Working for you, Chris Davis, ABC 27 News.
Yeah, good job. Give me a high five.
A good job. The Parent Lighthouse team at Downey, kind of like a PTO, organized the cleanup. They plan to do it again.
These days, you will hear the district roar.
ROAR stands for Revitalizing Our Academic Responsibility.
Ross Berger is the coordinator, taking a key role in connecting classwork with careers.
Middle school is tough because middle school is typically the age where kids really start to scrutinize education and question, why do I have to learn algebra?
So the district has developed 4 career pathways to give direction. They include science and technology, communications and the arts, business and industry, and healthcare and human services. Berger says the occupations within those pathways are endless, so the district starts the conversation in elementary school.
So many of our young people, they want to be the glamorous careers that they see on television.
Berger says in middle school, students will get to learn the ins and outs of different careers, including how much they pay. And in high school, the schools pick actual careers with an aligned curriculum.
This first year, we realize not every student knows what they're involved in, but probably after a couple years they will be.
In Harrisburg, Portia Johnson,
They're working
News 8.
to make sure students at one elementary school have a better playground. More than 200 volunteers spent their Saturday building a new playground at Downey School in Harrisburg. The project is sponsored by Let's Play, an initiative of the Dr. Pepper Snapple Group and its nonprofit partner, Kaboom. Carnes Quality Foods is also a sponsor.
To see this park go up and this playground go up, and hopefully it'll just inspire the kids to come out and get a little healthier and be a little stronger, and it'll help their education.
I've been hoping for a playground like this at the school for a really long time. And I see the kids all standing around the fences watching. I'm sure they can't wait till next week when they can use it.
Nice headband there. All right, monkey bars and swings should be ready when classes start on Monday. And
some Harrisburg students are taking part in a project that is really getting their hands dirty, gardening. But this is not your typical garden, and because of it, these kids are learning about science, organic foods, and even the economy.
Yeah, the students say their school often gets a bad rap, so they invited me to their classroom to see the other side. This morning, we are going beyond the headlines.
Basically, we're growing plants here.
Sixth grader Jacob Bayshore put it simply, but there's much more to it than that. Marshall School is teaching aquaponics.
Basically, we have a fish tank, and when the fish do their duty, their waste goes into this rock bed and this other tank. In the process, it goes from ammonia to nitrites to nitrates, and the nitrates is what the plants like to use and like to grow. The fish give the plants food, and the plants in return clean their water.
The fish use that clean water to survive, and the cycle continues. In this self-contained system, students are raising tilapia, as well as all kinds of fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices.
You know how you grow plants outside? This system grows it 2 times faster.
You can see just how this system is working. Take a look at this tomato plant right here. It has grown this much in just a couple of months. And I know you can't smell this at home, but just the lightest touch gives off a very strong aroma.
They're creating an ecosystem that's right down the hall from their homeroom.
While students are busy growing green, they're also bringing in green, cash. You basically have a farm-to-table system growing right here.
School to table.
School to table.
School to table is basically, well, our school producing produce and selling them to various different types of restaurants.
We're an economic stimulator. We're creating jobs, green jobs. And I think this is the direction that America and the rest of the world wants to go and needs to go.
The aquaponics system was given to Marshall through a partnership with Agrico International, which focuses on renewable energy. Agrico hopes to take this to classrooms across the country.
Our prototype is to test, what kind of modifications are necessary and the things that are needed to make it successful. So their successes sort of rely on ours.
Agrico also wants to develop it in Africa.
In Nigeria, I don't think they have very poor soil, so it must be hard to grow plants. And I think this might help them in a way so that they can grow plants and they'll have food for their families.
The students at Marshall are also growing their minds.
It's basically hands-on science, because for a really long time that was a subject I struggled in, and being with this, it was seeing life science. There's a lot of negative stuff in Harrisburg, and this is one of the few positive things, but it's a very big positive thing. We're learning and we're having fun, and it's real cool.
Harvest Restaurant in Susquehanna Township is already impressed. It bought food from the students in November, and that money goes right to the school. It will be used for teaching needs like new technology and even field trips. So it was very interesting learning about this entire system. You may notice some of the video looked like it was purple. Mm-hmm. They have special LED lights, and that helps the plants grow even faster and better.
I love that the kids are really getting into this lesson, too. They sound like they're very passionate about it.
And a lot of the kids are saying, they don't have gardens at home, but now they want to start gardens because of this program. So, it's teaching them about healthy eating and gardening and all kinds of stuff at the same time as science as well.
Not farm to table, school to table.
Yeah, they were quick to correct me.
As am I.
Yeah.
Autism, it's one of the fastest growing developmental disorders in the U.S.
Here in the Mid-State, the Harrisburg School District is giving children living with autism a quality education. Grace Thomas going in depth.
According to Autism Speaks, more children are diagnosed with autism each year than with juvenile diabetes, AIDS, or cancer combined, and it affects over 2 million people in the U.S. and tens of millions worldwide. And the Harrisburg School District puts a heavy emphasis on their autism program.
Okay, pop. Hockey pop. What is it? Hockey pop.
That is.
This looks like any normal classroom, kids learning and engaging with their teachers, but there's something that sets these set of students apart from all the other students in the Harrisburg School District.
We give them small group instruction, plus they're still included out within the general population a good portion of their day.
Autism affects 1 in 68 children and is one of the fastest growing developmental disorders in the U.S.
It is a challenge getting them to be able to learn all of those things, but it is an absolutely awesome feeling when you have students who are able to do that.
Autism can affect the ability to interact with others, and some of the signs include language delay, resistance to change, uneven motor skills, and lack of interest in friends and make-believe play, to name a few, all of which are worked on daily in the district to improve students' quality of life.
Tell me something you flip in a microwave.
TV dinner.
What do you flip in a microwave?
TV dinner.
Color?
Right.
These students have so many resources available to them that they can use to be able to find jobs, find housing, be able to live independent lives as normal human beings.
The Harrisburg School District uses the Patent Initiative program as a teaching model for the autism program and have been doing so for the last 7 years. Teachers partially contribute the success of the program to their overall success in the classroom.
The support of Patent has been crucial to the success of this district and really moving these students forward in the right path, and every single teacher now knows where to go.
We've seen the focus go from sort of a very narrow focus to a much more broad focus.
Parents agree, citing changes in their students who've been in the program since it started.
These teachers have pulled out what the autism does. The autism keeps them in their own world. They will not let them stay in their own world. So I would put this program up against any in the city. I fought to keep him in this program.
Recently, the high school program was recognized on a national level. The Autism Association is featuring Mr. Roy's class in a video using some of their instruction as a training model that will be used during their upcoming national conference in August. Paris Thomas, ABC 27 News.
Robots, you probably have an image in your head already, but today hundreds of students are set out to prove something different, that there meets more than neon. Chris Davis has this story that's new at 6.
All right, guys, so let's see if it works.
Trial and error.
The servo is still not working.
And trial.
You want to try it again?
And error.
No, actually, wait, something broke again. There must be a bad connection somewhere.
The trial, that's the important part.
When you get a challenge and you have to build this sort of mechanisms, you have to kind of have to visualize it.
Victor Contreras has worked on the robotics team at SciTech High since he was a freshman.
And I saw kids working on these robots, and I just thought it was really cool.
Now he's a senior and passing on what he's learned.
Pretty much all of us know how to put a few screws together, but the fact that you know how to program is very important.
That's how it works at competitions. 35 teams came to Harrisburg High to compete in the first Tech Challenge qualifying tournament.
When it extends,
SciTech sent 2 teams.
This one is for adjusting the height.
15-year-old Peng Lu plans to use what he learns here.
So I really like how the different parts work together to form the one robot.
Every team designs their machines to complete challenges.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go!
There are inevitably errors.
The servo is unplugged.
That require new trials.
I'll get some tape so I can wrap this around. That's what messed us up.
And more errors.
Oh my God, my servo's dead. Again, yes.
The lesson is always having another trial in you.
It is so nerve-wracking. But what you have to do is stay calm and just do what you have to do very quickly. Try not to waste time.
Such is life.
That's it.
You have to be cute up now.
Already? See?
Working for you.
Let's go.
Chris Davis.
I wanted a sip of water, but I guess next time.
ABC 27 News.
Because the poverty level is so high,
The service here for the hot meals.
the district says all of the students qualify for meals during the school year.
Obviously, if there's that need during the school year, they're going to have that need during the summer as well. You don't stop being hungry just because school lets out.
The district says sometimes the meals here are the only ones the students get. So this year, the district has expanded its summer feeding program to serve free meals and snacks from 4 to 5 days a week. The district will not only be serving in schools.
We're taking the meals to where they're at, whether it's a park or a church or a playground. We're trying to reach the students.
There are 14 outside locations that will get food. This is a calendar of all the meals that will be served this month. Each include a vegetable or fruit.
We actually taken some items off because of the sugar content.
Making sure the meals are healthy as well as fulfilling the need. In Harrisburg, Portia Johnson.
It's time again for another session in Crummell Classroom. We're sending James out to schools all across the Mid-State.
Yeah, this is a really fun one. Our goal is to show you interesting and unique things that are happening in classrooms right in our own backyard. And this morning, we head to Melrose Elementary School in Harrisburg, but we weren't the only ones there for a visit. From hitting the field to hitting the books.
This is the most important thing that our football players are doing.
The Harrisburg Cougars step off the gridiron and into Melrose Elementary to take on a very different challenge.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have some football players that, you know, we come and we read to the kids, and I think the kids really enjoy it. Are you guys ready for us to read to you? Yeah! There you go.
Athletic director and head football coach Calvin Everett is very passionate about reading. He wants his players to show these students just how important it is.
Don't worry, said Chick. Let's go for a walk. It's a way for them to show, you know, the younger kids that, you know, they're doing something positive, because the younger kids look up to them. The younger kids see the football players taking, you know, time out of, you know, out of their day to come read to them. That lets them know that reading is really important. And it's not just about athletics.
What a wonderful view, said Clumsy Duck. She fell down the hill.
Along with the kids hearing a story.
Because when you read, you get knowledge. And when you get knowledge, you get power. So when you get knowledge, what you get? Power. So when you get knowledge, what you get? Power. Good job.
It's also a chance for the players to tackle their fears.
I love the kids. They're everything. They're amazing.
When you got done, though, what did you say to your coach?
I told him that was the biggest crowd I ever faced.
Were you a little nervous?
I was very nervous. I was very nervous.
Is work hard in high school?
But cornerback Justin Carter dug deep and conquered his nerves. He had a message to deliver.
The city is very negative at times, so I just want to let them know that there is hope, that there is success out here in the city. So I just wanted to let them know. Be a positive influence and a positive role model to them.
If you ask the kids, it worked.
Did you think it was nice that he came to your class?
Yes.
Why?
Because he was being all kind, telling us how if you read, you get knowledge in your head and get power.
Did you think that high school is a lot of work?
Yes.
Is it more work than being in the 3rd grade?
Yes.
Do you like being in the 3rd grade?
Yes.
Are you ready for high school?
No.
What is tougher, being in front of these kids or being out on the football field?
I think it's definitely being in front of the kids, because you don't want to mess up. You don't want to mess up, you know, because they do look up to you, so you got to be perfect. Duck was happily gliding around the pond.
Leading by example. That's a lesson Coach Everett says they all can learn.
You know, football is one thing, but, you know, when it comes to academics and education, that trumps all. Most important thing.
We are the Harrisburg Cougars, and this is Crummell Classroom.
They look like they had so much fun.
I had a lot of fun just watching them, and the players and the students both had a good time with this program. And this was just a trial run, but as you saw, that the program really did seem to be a success for the school district, and the coach hopes that he'll be able to do this more often and maybe do it with more schools across the district and with more high school sports teams as well. And he really wants to do one with girls teams and show younger girls what they can accomplish as well.
Absolutely. I think that would be really inspiring for some of those kids, and I don't know, it's mutually beneficial. The kids get something, the athletes get something.
Absolutely.